Mr. and Mrs. Shin shared glances before hesitantly sitting down on the couch, their hearts thumping loudly inside them, and the aura radiating from Taehyung is not helping at all. Who is Anna? How she's related to you? Their blood turned cold at his question, and the demanding eyes of the mafia spread goosebumps around their whole body as if both of their minds stopped working. Anna, that maid, why are you? The woman's next word got stuck in her throat as Tung leaned towards them, eyes clearly sending the warning. I think you forgot whom she belongs to, that you dare to talk like this in front of her own husband. Are you both that desperate to beg on streets? Mr. and Mrs. Sin got chills hearing his threatening words. When you are sitting here with me, there will be no nonsense. I will ask and you have to answer and no lying. Got it? His posture straightened as he saw them nodding their head in response. Who is Anna? Tyung asked once again. This time he emphasized his words to show he definitely is not in a mood to joke. She was just a maid. Mrs. Shin gulped as a piercing gaze fell upon her. Anna was 8 years old when we adopted her from an orphanage. She took a deep breath before looking at Tyung, who seems unfazed, and said, don't stop until I tell you. Now they have no choice except to disclose every secret and their sins related to past. Initially, we adopted her because we wanted her to be our daughter, but when Aram came into our life, everything changed. We starts to treat her different. You both are not so generous to adopt someone with an intention to treat her like your child. There is something more, so tell me. The woman looked at her husband with fear in her eyes. Her hesitation was clearly noticeable. Don't make me repeat again. Theon growled loudly, causing the elderly couple to flinch and look away from each other. For property, Mr. Shin answered with trembling hands. Property? Theon's left eyebrow raised, at which he received a nod from the man sitting there. Mr. Shin inhaled a sharp breath. John Joseph, along with her wife, Joan Tiara, died in a car accident. Luckily, their only child, their daughter, John Anna, was not with them when the accident happened. He was the second most famous business tycoon after your family and a billionaire who died and left behind his entire property and money. During that time, our financial condition was not that stable, so to end our sufferings, we decided why not take advantage of the situation. We thought after her parents' death, their all property will go under the name, but things don't go how we wish, and we get to know about this few months after we adopted Anna. She was of no use to us. John Joseph bequeathed all his property to his sister's son, his nephew, as only the boy was only 12 years old and couldn't do anything against us. But still, we can't let him stay in our way. Anyhow, we got successful in sending him far away and took everything in our hands. You both played so well. They both lowered down their heads in shame at his sarcastic remark. You treated her like a maid when in reality she's a princess, and you all who are nothing but rotted trash are living like a luxurious life. Tung shook his head in disbelief. Nah, that's unexpected. Mr. and Mrs. Shin didn't say any word in their defense, and what could even they say to cover their sins? Be ready to face what's coming next for you and your family. Tung warned them with venom in his voice and stood up from his seat. His heavy footsteps died away as he walked out from the mansion, and the both husband and wife keep gazing at his disappearing figure with fear developing in their hearts. None of them is aware about what gonna happen next, but one thing is clear, this time things will not be in their favor. As Taehyung came outside, the first thing he did was close his eyes to calm himself. As he was shaking in rage, while he was taking his time, a moment flashed in his mind where he met her for the first time, the exact moment when he saw her and his heart started to feel uneasy. The accident, her small figure in her arms, and the trembling figure of her when he asked her about her identity, the doe brown eyes of her showing so many unspoken emotions. She was mysterious and he wanted to know the hidden part of her, but couldn't do, but now definitely will. The dark eyes of his filled with rage stared into nothing as he get inside his car and drove away. He held a steering wheel from one hand, as from other he rubbed his forehead and ran his fingers through his blue locks. Tyung inhaled deeply. He stepped on the gas and the car accelerated. Ayuma, please, I don't wanna go anywhere. The sobbing girl pleaded softly, holding the elderly woman's hands. Dear, I can't help you in anything. We are nothing but just workers. He won't listen to us. Don't be sad, but Anna shook her head, adamant to not go anywhere with the person who kidnapped her. She can't trust him. Dhanbe looked at the sobbing girl in pity. She placed her hand on her head and very gently caressed it. Listen, dear, I don't know about where he is taking you, but I can assure you with one thing he won't harm you or do anything. He maybe looks scary, but from inside, he's completely opposite. Don't think much. Anna calmed down a little at Dhanbe's assuring words, but still the weird feeling was settled deep inside her heart. A knock spread on door. Young master is calling her downstairs. The bodyguard sat and left immediately. Tanvi looked at Anna and once again assured her with a smile, and they both left the room to go downstairs where Sehun was already present. He lifted his head to up from phone and looked at the two coming towards him. Anna was holding Dhanvi's arms tightly as she was hiding behind her. Sehun stared at her scared face and sighed. Let's go. Sehun walked outside. Anna timidly looked at Dhanvi before following him. Sit. Having no choice, Anna gets inside. Sehun closed the door and walked to the other side. Opened the door before sitting on the driver's seat. Anna starts to fidget with her fingers as the car left the mansion. There is only Sehun and her in the car, and it's making her anxious and scared. To avoid looking at him, Anna turned her face towards window. The girl breathed deeply, savoring the silence. Sehun cleared his throat like he wants to say something next. So, where did you first meet Taehyung? The straightforward question of Sehun catch Anna off guard as she fell into daze, confused why he's asking this. She didn't answer. You can't pass your time being anxious and scared the whole ride. So, why don't we talk instead of this? Seung looked at her, and yeah, I won't do any harm, you can rest assured. Anna nodded hesitantly. Now tell me about your first meet with your husband. He gritted his teeth and clenched his hands in impotent rage. Unwillingly, he had to talk about his dear enemy. We first met in a party. Anna sat remembering the day where she first saw Theo, the day when she feels herself droning in his dark, attractive orbs part. Hmm, this party was organized by Shin family for celebrating the partnership with Theung's family, and on that day they announced their marriage date too. So, how you are related to this? I mean, how did you get there? Sehun asked with crushed eyebrows. Anna was hesitant to answer this question. I used to work as a maid in Shin family. What? Sehun abruptly stopped the car and looked at her with wide eyes. What happened? You used to work in Shin family, but why and how? Anna looked down and whispered. I was adopted by them. Before being a part of their family, I used to live in orphanage. Sehun was shocked hearing Anna. So it was them who had adopted you. Sehun whispered to himself while Anna looked up at him. She don't know the reason behind his shocked state. One more thing, do you know? So June, Choi So June. Have you ever heard his name before, or maybe saw someone with this name who used to visit Shin's? Anna shakes her head in no. Sehun was looking so desperate to know about the person, but why? Dang, he mentally hissed. I don't know any person with this name, but yeah, there was a person who used to visit them every month. Anna, sad. Is it? For next few seconds, he was deep in thought until. Then we need to cancel our visit. I will take you some other day. For now, I have some work. Seun sat in a hurry and turned the steering wheel all the way to left. Not like I wanna go, Anna said in mind and sighed in relief. As soon as the car stopped, Theung immediately stepped out of it and with fast steps entered inside his mansion. Under 1 minute he climbed the stairs and went inside his room. He rummaged through the cupboard, eyes holding desperation for a particular thing. His hands instantly grabbed the black file as soon as it came into his view. It's the same file which contained information about Sehun's past, which he wants to have from so long, but when this marriage drama happened and he couldn't check it. But then some things have their own perfect timing to come out. Theo opened the file, his eyes roaming on every single word, returned inside it and taking every single information. Yet still his face remains black. Until he stopped reading and closed the file, his grip on the file tightened as he heard himself saying, that means Seung is nephew of John Joseph and Anna is his sister. But the only question roaming inside his mind, does he know that? The loud ringing of mobile break the developing silence and it seems to take Theung out of his deep thoughts too. He took out his phone and looked at the screen for a mere second before picking up. Yes, Leo. Boss, I want you to do something right now. Theo got puzzled. And what's that? I sent you a number, just call on it. What are you talking about, Leo? And whose number you had sent to me? Boss, don't ask questions. Just do what I had said to you. And he hung up. Theo stared at mobile screen in disbelief. Did he just order his own boss? He shrugged with a thought to deal with him later and starts to check messages. And indeed, Leo had sent him a number which didn't seem familiar name. But Leo is not someone who would pull pranks on him. If he had said, then there is definitely something important about it. Without having a second thought, he dialed the number and it's ringing. Few seconds passed, but no one is picking up. Idiot is just wasting my time. Feeling annoyed, he was about to cut the call, but he hears someone speaking from other side. Sehun dropped Donna to mention and himself left for somewhere. The sudden change in plan confused Rana and so many questions appeared in her mind. Where was he taking her? why he was asking her about her life and what suddenly happened that he dropped the idea of taking her where he wants to. No one is there to answer her questions, and she had to suppress her curiosity. Dhanvi escorted Anna back to her new room and left. She asked her about dinner, but Anna denied, saying she's not hungry. But reality is there is so much going on inside her, and in her lonely state, Anna wants nothing but to hide herself in her husband's warm embrace. But it's like nothing is possible for her right now. Anna wonders, does Taehyung also miss her like she do? Is he looking for her or not? She sat down on bed with a sigh and looked around her new room. It's nothing like the old room. This one is more spacious and looking luxurious, just like a princess room. Walls clad with classic pink. The hard bed is not there anymore. In fact, this is one is much more softer. Everything is beautiful, but nothing is attracting her. Anna slightly startled when suddenly she felt something vibrating against her palm, which is placed on bed. With a puzzled look, she traced the bed sheet and feel the object under it. She hurriedly took it out and her eyes widened, seeing a small mobile phone there. Her grip on it tightened as she gulped looking at it, and her eyes get moist. A familiar number was displaying on screen. Biting harshly her trembling lips, she immediately answered the call, hoping it's not a dream. Hello? And a tear rolled down her eyes as a small sob escaped from her trembling lips. Hello, who is it? She held the phone close to her ear, tightly with her shaking hands. They, meanwhile, Theo on the other side froze on his place, hearing the voice for which he was screaming for so long. Anna, he questioned to confirm his doubts. He's not dreaming, right? The soft soaps coming from other side cleared everything. Theo closed his eyes. A small but broken smile appeared on his lips as he feels his eyes tingling. But it's not the correct time to express what he's feeling. He gulped, trying to stop his emotions overpowering him. Anna, are you okay? He didn't do anything to you, right? I don't want to stay here, she said in a cracked voice. I will soon come, just wait for some time. Don't worry. Stop crying and tell me where are you? I don't know anything. They locked me up in a room. It's okay. I will find it out soon. They please take me from here. I don't know why they kidnapped me. I'm scared here. Sehun, I don't know who he is, but he said to me that he's your enemy and he wants to destroy you. She sat frightened, and Taehyung just wants to take his innocent soul in his arms. Anna, my wifey, you don't have to feel scared. I will soon take you from there. Just trust on me, okay? And nothing will happen. She answered while sniffing. Anna, can you tell me from where did you get this phone?